back to another video on my channel. Today we have some path designs I want to show you. These can be used in any situation really. It's more of the blocks I chose to use on the actual path design. They're all interchangeable. I mean, for the spruce path over there, you can use oak trees and oak wood instead. For the nether path, you can use the crimson instead of the basically you can just use any materials really. This is just more of a recommendation of what I used to make them look the way they are. So we'll start off with the first one. We have the spruce biome. It's interchangeable and it's great for village builds. If you're doing a really dense forest build and you want to have trees like right up against the path here, this is probably the best way you can do it. I mean, you can run straight underneath it and you don't get stuck anywhere, because underneath these ones you have the path blocks here. I just used a mixture of cobblestone wall, dirt path, coarse dirt, cobblestone, oak wood, mossy cobblestone, spruce fence, torch, spruce trapdoor, lantern, podzol and mossy cobblestone walls to make it look quite worn and heavily used. And the cobblestone makes it look like the villagers have tried to reinforce the already dying path basically. And I use torches and lanterns for lighting as well. So yeah, I think it looks really good and it's great for just forest village builds. You can use it in any biome. As I said, it's interchangeable with blocks, so you can change any block you want, and as long as you place it quite randomly, it will still give off the same vibe that it does here. And obviously you can change the trees according to the biome as well. Moving on to the second design, we have the nether design. This one is also interchangeable and it's great for a nether hub. The nether hub cliche is quite modern. People only started doing it like in the last 5 years. The way they do it as well is kind of the same. I've always ever seen like these really futuristic build, and yeah, I mean, if you want to just go for a follow the terrain type of build, this would be great for it, because it can go up levels. It doesn't have to be on flat terrain like it is now. And it's made from all the materials you'll probably already be digging up while building the nether hub. So yeah, the only thing you'd have to go out for is the blackstone and the basalt probably. The rest is within reach of the same biome. So yeah, it's interchangeable. As I said, you can use it in any nether biome you want. And for the resources, I used nether wart blocks, netherrack, polished basalt, crimson trapdoor, polished blackstone brick wall, crimson fence, shroomlight and magma blocks. The reason I don't have values for any of these is because this is just a tiny segment of a very long path. Or it will be very short, it's up to you, but that's why I didn't add in the exact values that I used in the build. It's because it's completely random basically. It's up to you how long you make the path, and obviously that'll increase or decrease the materials. I used fire on netherrack and shroom lights for the lighting for this path, and yeah, I think it fits the theme very well. And yeah, it kind of, especially the fire in the walls, kind of adds a natural barrier to the path, so that you don't go venturing off somewhere you shouldn't be. Because obviously the path is going to be safe than what's the other side of the path. So yeah, I think it looks really well, and it fits in with the nether theme. On to the next one, we have personally my favourite of the bunch. We have the desert, and yeah, this one utilizes bricks and sandstone mainly, with birch on the floor. They're all very they're not very colourful basically. Brick is about as colourful as you're getting on this path. So yeah, the brick and the sandstone really complement each other in the desert, and I love building out of bricks in the desert, because of the way it looks with the sand. Yeah, as I said, it fits in well at the bottom here. It's great for village builds. I wouldn't say this is interchangeable. I mean, unless you're building it in a Badlands biome, I guess you could swap out the sand. Obviously, you can use it in a completely different setting, but in terms of deserts, there's only really two types of deserts. The red sand and the white sand, which this is. So I wouldn't put it as interchangeable, but obviously you can use it in any setting you want. But in terms of deserts, I don't think it's interchangeable. Also, because there's no trees in the desert, I had nothing to put on the outside, so I decided to use azalea leaves because it needed a pop of colour. It was looking way too dried out. Even in the desert there's plants, so yeah, I went with flowering azaleas. I will give you the complete material list here. We have sand, birch planks, sandstone wall, brick wall, birch fence, torches, lanterns, rooted dirt, dead bush, flowering azalea leaves, smooth sandstone, and brick blocks. That's the desert path. I went with torches and lanterns as well for the lighting choices. And yeah, I think it fits in really well because obviously you'd probably use this either within the village or going to and from the village that you're building or settlement that you're building. So yeah, it kind of fits the homely feel. Moving on to the next one, we have quite an abandoned path. This one is for the jungle biome. It fits in well with the theme, especially if you're building it around the abandoned temples that spawn there. Mossy cobblestone and stone bricks look really well against that. I used stone bricks, jungle planks, cobblestone wall, mossy cobblestone slab, cracked stone bricks, jungle trees, grass blocks, bone meal for around the outside and for growing the trees, stone brick walls, lanterns, cobblestone, jungle fence, mossy cobblestone stairs, mossy stone brick slabs, mossy stone bricks, jungle leaves, mossy cobblestone wall, and coarse dirt. So yeah, it's quite a simple design actually, but it looks really well. It looks really good in the biome itself. So yeah, I'll probably give it around a 7 out of 10 to be honest. I mean, it looks pretty nice. The trees could do with being the really tall ones. I don't really like these ones, but it was the ones it kept giving me these like 4 times over, so I just stuck with them. I think I might need to put it in as a 2x2 set of saplings to get those really big ones. But yeah, that's the jungle path. Yeah, it's good for abandoned builds. So if you're doing any abandoned themed buildings, you can use this around the area and it'll fit in really well. Moving on to the most recent path in terms of biome added, we have the mangrove path. It's quite overgrown, I must say. It'll be hard to see what's coming in front of you, but in terms of that minor flaw, I think it looks really cool. And from a bird's eye view, you can barely see the path through the trees, which might be good if you're trying to stay undercover but also want to find your way around the world that you're living in. Yeah, it's great for overgrown areas and fits in well with the biome. It's not interchangeable, mainly because this version of it is basically the jungle biome but with mangrove items instead. But yeah, if you're using it in a mangrove swamp or just the regular swamps, it'll work perfectly fine. It is quite expensive with it using frog lights as the lighting, but there are many farms out there to get frog lights on a mass. So if you don't have one of them before making these paths, I probably recommend getting that. I'll link a few good ones in the description for frog light farms. Yeah, the materials are mangrove stairs, mangrove logs, spruce fence, muddy mangrove roots, rooted dirt, mud bricks, mangrove leaves, pearlescent frog lights, although I did use all 3 types, mangrove roots, bone meal for growing the trees, and mangrove trees. That is the swamp path. I hope you liked it, and hopefully someone uses it. That'd be great. That does conclude all the path ideas. There will be a second tutorial coming out where I show you 5 more ideas, because since making these, there's been many other biomes that I've discovered and found path ideas for. So yeah, if you stay tuned for that, and I will put out a video soon on the next set of paths that I design. In the meantime, stay tuned for other videos on Minecraft, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.